Hi everyone, it's your boy Grim Fury, and I can tell by the title of this video, I wanted to talk about depression, more specifically mine, my I don't know what you want to call it, not like really my story because I don't have a story per se, but well, the main reason for even creating this video was for basically two reasons. One, for those that suffer from depression like I do, um, just so there's another face out there, so you just know you're not alone. That it's not just you suffering from it. And the second reason was I wanted to try to find a way to hopefully help those that don't suffer from it, help them understand a little bit more of what it's like. Because before I don't know, before I got depression, I didn't understand it. I didn't think it was as bad, or I really couldn't see how it could be as bad as everyone said it was. Well, not everyone, but you know what I mean. But, the thought of not being able to get out of bed just because you're that sad, it didn't make sense to me. Just like, how can you be just that sad for no reason to the point where you can't function? And I didn't really think that was real, or I just didn't think it was as bad as it was stated. And until it was my turn. And I don't know how anybody else's depression starts. I just know how mine did. It was February, sometime in February. I think it was early to mid February. No, it was early to mid February. It was before the middle of the month. I know that. So in the first half of February of last year, so 2022, I was I was I was on my way to work. Technically, I was in the building. I was headed uh, to the back, to the break room, where I would just sit and relax before it was time to clock in. And I just remember I was probably three-quarters of the way to the back, and the best way I can describe it would be if you took a water balloon and filled it with kind of a thick liquid like sanitizer or something, and it burst. It wouldn't pop like a regular balloon filled with air, not that quickly. It'd be more of a slower break. But that's what it felt in here, right here in my chest. I just felt something burst. Um, and at that moment, it just felt like the weight of the world was just set on me. Like somebody came up behind me with like a 50-pound weight vest and just slid it, right over me onto my shoulders. Um, it was, I mean, it's not like I just, it happened. I'm like, oh, I'm depressed now, or where does this happen? It's just, it happened. And, I can't, there's no way I could describe the instant it happened because I don't remember the exact instant, the transition over from being not depressed to depressed. But I just remember, how it felt. I mean, just walking around my job. It took concentration and it took effort to walk with my head up to the point where I'm looking forward and not looking down at the floor. And I was walking at maybe a third my normal pace, and I'm a pretty fast walker. I have a fairly large gait, but I mean, I was walking slow, head down, looking sad. And anybody that knows me knows that is a complete 180 of my normal personality. I'm the one that likes, I'm the goofball, I'm the one that does things to, make people laugh. I'm really jovial, and I go from that to what I just described, and people were noticing at work. And I mean, this wasn't just mild depression. This was bad. I mean, I can't really recall any of the like thoughts and stuff that ran through my head. I just the feelings. Like, I know that when it hit me, I had completely lost my desire and my will to live, in complete honesty. And I'm going to be 100% honest in this video. I'm not going to hold anything back. I'm not going to sugarcoat anything. I want to be as real and as accurate as I can be. Like I said, to help, especially to try to help those of you out there that don't have depression, but may have somebody in your life that does. And, maybe I can help you, maybe understand or relate to it, just even if just the slightest amount, then this video is worth it. But anyways, like I was saying, I had no will to live. And at the time, I couldn't do anything about it. I mean, I was at that point, basically suicidal, but I couldn't do anything about it because I did not believe in taking my own life. I believed that if you committed suicide, that you would go to hell. And that prevented me from doing anything. So I was just suffering. I was suffering from, just the regular depression, and loneliness and worries about, just typical worries, in life, like worried about money and, just stuff like that, all added on top of it. And I just didn't want to go on. My family lives in another state. My mom and my brother, so I didn't have anybody nearby. Still don't. Family-wise, that is. So, I was feeling, just lost, empty, alone, useless. That, if I just, it was just, it's the depression that it's so bad that you physically hurt. Your body physically hurts from this depression. and it it sucks the energy out of you. I mean, like I said, just to be able to walk with my head up took effort. I mean, normally you do that kind of thing without thinking. It's a totally involuntary action basically. But in order for me to do it, I had to make the physical effort to look up. Otherwise, I'm looking at the floor, shoulders down. Like I said, like I've got the weight of the world on my shoulders. And all of this had happened. I said that nothing caused it, like I said, except for that feeling of something bursting inside of me. But there was not an external trigger. I didn't suffer a trauma. I didn't have like a death in the family, or anything like that. There was no external trigger. It just happened. Something inside of me broke, as I put it. And it wasn't. I mean, it didn't hit me mild. I mean, granted, I basically described it as I had bad days and I had really bad days, and the bad days are the ones where, before I didn't think it made sense, to the point where like my body hurt. I had very little physical energy. And the depression is so strong, so heavy, and it soaks into you. That's the best way I can describe it. Is it fills you up, and it's really hard. You really can't convey it properly to somebody that's never, experienced it. But I missed, several days of work because of it, just because I could not physically function. And at this point, I had not gone to a doctor or anything like that, so I'm battling this, au natural, and it's a battle that I'm losing quickly. Like I said, the thought of, not the thought, the desire for my existence to end was constant. I always wished I was dead. I couldn't do anything about it. I couldn't cause my own death, but that was in my mind constantly. Is I don't want to be here anymore. I want this to end. I want this over. I want this pain to stop. I want this loneliness to stop. I want this sadness to stop. I want just all of this pressure, and just everything, all this weight. I want it to stop. I need it to stop. And nothing you do makes it go away. I mean, really now, like I said, I'm talking about me personally. When I say, talking about it, didn't do any good. Now it may help, other people. I'm not saying don't go and talk to somebody. Please do. I didn't, because it it wasn't really helping me. And plus, I'm normally, when it comes to talking about your emotions, most guys, especially my age, the way we were raised, you don't talk about that kind of stuff. At the time of this recording, I'm, in my early 50s, and the way I was raised is guys are supposed to be strong. We're supposed to be the protectors, the defenders. We're not supposed to show weakness. And of course, I don't have that personality to begin with. I'm a very passive personality, but that's neither here nor there. But the fact of not talking about, something that's emotional, I didn't do that. I mean, there might have been a couple of people that I would talk to, but it would be like over text, and it was not somebody that was nearby. But other than that, I didn't. Um, and it just, I couldn't. Like I said, that's not how I was raised, and I felt like I'd be a burden. Nobody would want to. Why would anybody want to listen to me? That's the kind of thing that goes into my head. No one's going to care. No one wants to listen to me whine. No one wants to listen to me because I'm sad. That kind of thing. But then it was at the point where I was, like I said, the thought of wishing I was no longer in this world was constant, and I was missing quite a bit of work, so I knew I needed to go and see my doctor, my primary care physician, and see about getting put on antidepressants. And I got put on one at first, and and I'm on two right now. And it's not a quick fix. I mean, because for one thing, lots of times it takes 2 to 3 weeks before you can actually feel the full effect of your medication. And then one kind of antidepressant may not work for you, or may not work as well. You may need a second. You may need a third. You may need 2 or 3 different brands. It's a trial. You got to find the right combination and the right medications that work for you. And I was still early in that phase of getting my medications figured out, so I would still have bad days. I was able, with the medication, I was able to, walk with my head up, and I wasn't completely back to my normal self, but I was better. But like I said, I still had bad days. And then one day back in late August of last year, so 6 months basically after it hit, I woke up and I was having a really bad day. I couldn't do it mentally. I needed to stay home. And I went to go and call in sick, and the way we did it at my job at the time was one of the ways we could do it was go online and do it. Well, it went to send me a push notification, and my phone wasn't working right. The app wasn't working. So after trying for like 20 minutes, I could not call in because the app was not working. So I feel forced now that I have to go to work because enough time has passed, that, okay, if I'm not able to call, I'm going to be late, or late for me. So I get ready, feeling, like I said, feeling forced to have to go to work. And then I step out, and there's a note on my, attached to my door, reminding me of my upcoming lease renewal, because I live in an apartment. And it was telling me that my rent was going up. So all that together just it it was it opened the door to be put to for me to be pushed past that line I thought I would never cross. I go to work, and all I'm just thinking about is I'm here. I don't want to be here. I don't need to be here. I can't be here today. I need to be home. Plus, rent's going up. Rent's going up. All this other stuff that it's pounding into my head. And then finally, just I don't know. I normally at that time would go to lunch at 2 o'clock in the morning because I had worked overnights, and it was probably around 1:30 or so. That line that I said I could not cross because of my beliefs, that line vanished. Everything that was in my head, everything that I had built up over that time had pushed me further than I ever thought I could go. And when it was time to go to lunch, I basically, I don't want to say I snuck out of work, but normally I go to the break. Well, I don't say normally go to the break room. I go to the break room. I don't leave the building. But you can leave the building on your lunch. I left everything behind. I have a cart that had all my stuff in, but I left that, and I walked out of the store. I walked home, and I just overdosed on my antidepressants, hoping that would end it all. And because, like I said, I couldn't get. I had to get it to stop, because nothing was making it stop. Like I said, this was the worst day that I'd had. So I've got all the emotions, everything hitting me all at once, and I only see one escape. And it was like I said, it was that door that I never thought I would open, the line I never thought I would cross. Didn't think I could ever cross it. And I was at the point where I didn't care. It didn't matter. I just wanted it to stop. And so, like I said, I overdosed on my antidepressants, and I kicked this chair back, and I waited to die. Plain and simple. I felt at the time, unfortunately, I did not. I could tell that I was not going to get the result that I wanted. And then I thought, well, with my luck, what I've done, with what with the amount of pills that I had taken, I think with my luck, I'm just going to end up hurting myself, making my life just even more worse than it is now. And so I called 911. And I remember telling the operator or dispatcher, whatever you want to call them, that I didn't even know why I was calling. But, told them what I had done, and they sent a couple officers out, and they made sure that I was safe. And then the paramedics came out, and they took me to the hospital to make sure that I hadn't, ingested a really bad amount of these pills, which luckily I had not. And they had asked me if, somebody asked me, I don't remember who it was, if I wanted to go to Grand Lake, which is the a mental health facility, and I said I did want to go. So after I was there at the hospital for a few hours, I spent 3 days at this facility, and I mean, past that, I'm here. I'm still with y'all, obviously. My medication has helped a lot. I have rough days. I haven't had a bad day in quite a while, but I do have rough patches. But I don't know, I don't know if this video is going to help anybody. I hope it does somehow. If you're watching this and you have depression, I've been there. I know how hard it is. I know how alone, it feels. I know how alone you feel. All I can say is reach out to someone. Find someone that you trust, someone that you are comfortable talking to. And it doesn't have to be talking to them. You can, text them. Reach out to someone that is gonna take you seriously. Don't pick a friend that's that you think is going to be like sarcastic and playful about it, or kind of blow it off and not take you seriously. Find someone that's going to actually listen and take it seriously. But reach out, get some help. It does feel like the whole world is crashing down around you, and the whole weight of it is sitting on your shoulders. I felt it. I know. I've been there. Get the help you need. Talk to your doctor. See about getting on some medication, and it can make a world of difference. And it does for me. I'm on 2 different medications right now for it. Am I where I need to be? I'm pretty close. Like I said, I have some rough days, but for the most part, I'm where I need to be, where I should be mentally. So yeah, if you need help, if you're feeling this way, reach out to someone. Heck, leave a comment down below if you need to. I don't have a whole lot of followers, so there's an excellent chance. As soon as I see the notification, I'll answer it. Like I said, right now I have such a low follower base that I'm able to answer any and all comments that people leave on any of my videos. So, sometimes it's easier to talk to a stranger than it is to, a friend or family member. So, if you need to talk to someone and, a stranger's your best bet, leave a comment. Hit me up down here. I'll answer you the moment I get the message. Like I said, I have a low follower base, so I'm able to do that. But I don't know much what else to say. That's pretty much my story. Like I said, it wasn't really to tell a story. It's just I'm doing this and trying to help. That's all it is I'm not doing this for any kind of attention or anything like that. I'm not wanting people to say, "Oh, Grim, I'm so sorry," blah blah. I'm not wanting that. This is for you out there, people with depression, or people that don't have it personally but know someone that suffers from it, and wants to try to understand it a little bit better. And like I said, I hope that I've done that, even a little bit has made this video worth it. But that's going to do it, guys. I really don't know what else to say. So all I can say is, if you suffer from depression, get help. Reach out to someone, friend, family member, somebody. And also talk to your doctor. Try to get on some kind of medication to get you back to as close to normal as possible. And for those of you that don't have depression, but somebody and love suffers from it, I know it doesn't make sense. It doesn't seem possible for just someone to be sad for no reason whatsoever, to just wake up sad to the point where you cannot get out of bed. And it's real. It honestly is. It's happened to me numerous times where I've just woke up and within minutes I'm in tears. And nothing caused it. It just happened. It's something in here. But, if someone you know and love has it, listen to them if they want to try to talk, and try to talk to them. But, don't make light of depression, because it can take down the the mightiest of men, the mightiest of women. It can turn you into just a little curled up heap on the bed. And it has, and it will. So all I can say is just, try to understand, be more receptive. Try to be more receptive. And like I said, any of you out there, if you need, want to hit up a stranger, leave a comment down below. And, I'll answer you as quickly as I can. Promise. So, well, like I said, that's going to do it, guys. So, thanks for watching. I love you guys. Take care. And I'll see you when I see you.